And the reason this one caught my eye and made it one that I was interested in from Make It, the CNBC affiliate, was simply the fact that it gave a lot of misinformation in the quote itself. And it wasn't really misinformation, it was just less informed information. But I'd like to go through this one and kind of take it apart and show you really what's going on here, because it sounds inflammatory. A lot of the analysts out there just don't know enough about the crypto market, but they're told by their editors, go write an article about this. Okay, so they go do their best and they write an article, and this is kind of what happens. So $2 billion has been lost to hackers this year, 2022. That sounds like a big number, and frankly, it is. The question is, where is there vulnerability in the cryptocurrencies that are out there? It starts with the phrase, despite the misconception that cryptocurrency is anonymous, it remains easier to run away with coins or tokens. Well, easier than what? And why? Okay, they don't answer why. It says, I don't think that crypto hackers are stronger than the usual kinds. It's just that crypto platforms are new and hold valuable assets. And it's the new part that I want to define here, because truly they are attacking new crypto platforms and not the old guard. They're not attacking Bitcoin. They're not attacking Ethereum directly. They're attacking the things that are made off of Ethereum and made off of the Binance sidechain. So it says bad actors are increasingly targeting decentralized finance products or projects, okay, which are uniquely vulnerable to hacking according to the report. Okay, and that's your key right here. Now, I'm going to define what they're hacking and why there's vulnerabilities there. And it's a cautionary tale to help all of us, to help us know what to look for when we want to use some of the cryptocurrency products that are out there. Okay, so let's go to the next one. Here is an actual chart that was not in that article. This is a chart that says here it is 1.976, almost 2 billion, just like the other article said. And so here it is, it's the ETH or Ethereum ecosystem that lost $1 billion of that. The Solana ecosystem would lost 383 million of that. They have an other category that we can't really well define here, but we'll talk about it a little bit. And the BSC or the Binance sidechain ecosystem lost 141 million of that. Now NFTs are sitting down there at 84 million too, which is good to note that it's on this top 5 list, because NFTs are very, very new, and the websites that are promoting NFTs are very new. So you've got a situation where these ecosystems are being attacked. So let's take a little deeper look at that, okay? So according to the data analyzed by the Atlas VPN team, cyber criminals looted $1.97 billion from 175 crypto project hacks in the first half of 2022. Okay, the Ethereum ecosystem suffered the most, with more than 1 billion stolen in 32 events. Okay, so now, the biggest hack of the ecosystem belongs to Ronin. Who ever heard of Ronin? Well, you might have heard of Axie Infinity, which is the game, the tokenized non-fungible token game that was built on the Ethereum blockchain or an Ethereum sidechain. In other words, they're built by Ethereum smart contracts, and then the attackers found a vulnerability in those smart contracts, ran off with 600 million of that 1 billion. So 60% of the total amount stolen from Ethereum was just that one hack. So Ethereum accounts for 51% of the dollars lost. Now, it's not Ethereum that's the problem. Ethereum provides the platform for companies or individuals to develop on top of. And so they're developing on top of this blockchain, and what's happening is they're rushing them to market. Maybe they're undercapitalized, and they need to get the funding rolling in instead of just constantly spending it and rolling out. Thus, they're not bulletproofing their security within the blockchain. So within their program, and it's just like any other programming product. If you leave a vulnerability and it's a finance project or has finances in it, you're going to have people looking at it and hitting on it. Now, these are all open source projects, which means that hackers can see the code just as well as other developers can see the code. Hackers can see, oh, here's a vulnerability, let's go after it. And thus, this is what's happening. So let's look at the second one here. At 19%, the Solana ecosystem. Now, Solana is another blockchain, and the Solana ecosystem is another platform trying to compete with Ethereum. And on top of that platform, they're making distributed finance platforms, and one of those was Wormhole. Now, Wormhole attackers exploited a signature verification vulnerability in the platform's network, where they minted Wormhole, which is basically wrapped ether. So every time they were able to go in there, they were able to mint the Wormhole coin and basically take it out of the application and run away with it. $326 million worth out of the $383 million. So the biggest part was just this one application in the Solana ecosystem. And once again, it's a situation where it was an application built on the network that had the vulnerability. And then we come down here at 7%, and we have the Binance Smart Chain, or Binance Side Chain, I call it a lot of times. It's another competitor to Ethereum, and it had 141 million, and Qubit, which was another distributed finance system, suffered an exploit, and it lost 80 million of that 141 million. So you see the theme running through here is you have developers leaving security vulnerabilities in their applications that are built on smart contracts within the Binance Smart Chain, the Solana ecosystem Smart Chain, and the Ethereum blockchain. Those three, and they're running away with quite a bit of money. Now, let's go take a little bit of a look. This is the number of hacks within each of the ecosystems, and it's kind of evenly spread fairly well. The Binance Smart Chain was 47. NFTs are getting attacked for 45 of those hacks. The Ethereum ecosystem, even though it had a higher value, it was number 2, had a lower number of hacks. And then you find other there at 24. So as far as numbers of hacks, not really a lot as far as numbers go, but they're running away with a lot of money. In other words, they're able to get in there, do their work really quick, and come right back out. So as we look at those, we see 175 total events. BSC was taken for 27% of those. NFTs, 26. So NFTs are getting attacked pretty hard. Now, NFTs are so new that we don't have a lot of records from prior years for NFTs. So NFTs being at 26 already for this year, I would expect NFTs to probably take the number 1 spot in number of hacks as time goes on. And Ethereum, 18% of the number of hacks. Now, bigger projects are going on Ethereum, so it stands to reason that Ethereum would be pretty high up on the dollars list and fairly low on the number of hacks. To me, that just makes sense. So, do understand that cryptocurrency natively is pretty secure. If you buy Bitcoin, it's going to be on a secure network. If you buy Ethereum coins, it's going to be pretty secure. If you buy the side chain or smart chain tokens on a distributed finance, make sure you're getting a distributed finance app that's been around a while, that's had the chance for the hackers to go after it and already harden it so far as security goes. And in doing so, you'll be much safer, because there are good distributed systems out there. When we look at quarter 1 and quarter 2 of this year and compare them to quarter 1 and quarter 2 of this year, quarter one saw 79 this year, where only 38 hacks happened last year. Saw 96 in the second quarter, where there were only 52. So you see, they've almost doubled in number of attacks. So the hackers are starting to realize that they've got a source of constant income if they keep on hitting these new projects that are out there. Coding has to be much more diligent in putting their resources into hardening it for security before they deploy rather than